And the look on the guy's face, you could see him thinking, you know what, that was probably a nice thing to do.
Probably I should have done that.
He probably should have done that because he was getting angry. And I just thought, you know what, it's not hard to be kind to people. I just have that real sense of generosity and humility, I think, is really important. Never forget where you came from, and I think you're similar to that. And generosity, generosity doesn't mean that you got to give money away all the time, but generosity can be for anything. You know, I remember in COVID, you know, we're all hunched up and all pissed off, and we couldn't go out and do anything. And I went up to Fruitologist in Bondi Road, and the back of Kennedy's there.
Yep.
I came in to drive, and there was this old lady and a guy in a BMW, local, old, trying to back into the spot. There's a guy that wanted to get out, and he couldn't get out. And she's trying, you know, and couldn't do it, right? The guy over there started bipping, and I was pretty, come on, you know, you must be able to do it. And then I just thought, and I looked at the woman, and she looked at me. I could see the pain on her face that she was trying to reverse in but couldn't do it. And then the husband gets out, and he's trying to direct her, and this other guy's getting really shitty. And as she realised she couldn't do it, she came out and she wound her window down to me, and she said, "I'm so sorry." And I said, "Just wait there." So I got out of my car, and I said, "You don't know me from a bar soap. Do you mind if I can park your car?" And so she said yes. She got out, left her handbag in there. I got up in the car and stole it. No, I didn't. No, and I reversed in and put her car in, and the look on the guy's face, you could see him thinking, you know what, that was probably a nice thing to do.
Probably I should have done that. He
probably should have done that because he was getting angry. And I just thought, you know what, it's not hard to be kind to people, you know. And then she's like, and someone yelled out, "Oh, you know, good on you, Matt," you know. And then she's looked at me, she said, "I know you. Where do you live? I want to send you." I said, "You don't need to send me anything sweet." I said, "You know, just go and get your groceries and go off and whatever." And I think being kind to people is really important.
But how do you manage that all the time? Like, I mean, what about, like, you know, you finished in the restaurant, you had a shit day, you know, not everyone turned up, or something happened in the kitchen, which is more than likely every time. How do you deal with that when you know you're really pissed off?
Look, you have bad days, and you have, you know, non-bad days.
What's a bad
for me in a kitchen, like, you know, and you know, I run a lot of places, so I'm not in the kitchen like I used to be, and I'll be honest about that. And to be really honest, when I was in the kitchen 20 years ago full time, I was a bit of a tyrant. And you know, because it all comes back onto you, and you bear the weight of someone not having a good meal. It's your reputation, your name, and I was a lot worse. But then you grow up, and I'm sure it's similar in what you do, Mark. If I walked into a kitchen now and bagged some young kid, it would destroy him. You know, I just couldn't do that anymore. You know, and I won't do that anymore. If I see something that I don't like, I'll talk to the head chef, and it goes down the line. You know, I would never confront a young chef anymore. If anything, I'm actually supportive and positive and looking after him.
I mean, do you think is that sort of growing up?
That's growing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, having kids.
Yeah, having your own kids.
Being soft.
And does I know your wife's an intelligent professional who's, you know, obviously has influence on you. Has she had any influence on Matt Moran?
Of course. I think my son has a big influence on me these days. You know, he's 19, you know, wants to be a doctor and doing, you know, science and stuff down in Melbourne to become a doctor. Sometimes I'll do something and he would just say, "Oh, Dad, you know what, you know, you're being a bit out of line." You know,
you push up.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah. And even my daughter does sometimes, which I think is a good thing. You know, I don't think I ever did that to my father.
Oh, no, forget it. I wouldn't have even thought about saying, mate, my dad. If my dad says something that I didn't agree with, I would just do it. Yeah, irrespective. And mum, especially mum, like tough Irish mother, mate. Like, she was tough. Yeah. You would never stand up against her. Like, she's too smart anyway for me, and it's all over it. Like, when I have no chance. Hope you really liked that episode. Make sure you like and subscribe, and there's heaps more coming every week. See you soon.